From Gears of War 2, this is a Road to Ruin downloadable content that you can either purchase or I got mine with the Gears of War triple pack that included the code for the for this bonus chapter that this guy Cliff Bleszinski is talking about them having to edit out. But fortunately, it's playable. Even before you beat the game if you want to, but I'm not sure if you do want to play on insane mode like I'm playing on. I'm not sure if you have to beat the game on insane mode, because I waited until I had already beaten the game on insane to play this, because I didn't know if it had any spoilers or anything like that. So anyway, this is the part in the story where Marie has been found to be comatose and Dom had to put a bullet in her. And Marcus is stepping up as a true friend and giving Dom a choice and asking him how he wants to proceed. Either the stealth mode approach or the standard way you play by doing combat. So this is a two segment video that I've been doing. The first one was the stealth approach, and this one's going to be the going guns blazing method. It's much longer than the stealth mode because you actually have to fight all the battles, and significantly harder too because you have to fight, not just run to cover all the time like in the stealth mode. But I gotta say that this section here on this whole route it's harder than any part in Gears of War 2 that I've played on insane mode. So I suspect that it's like that for other people too, because I think they jacked up the difficulty on purpose, and which is fine by me because I love playing on the hardest mode of play. But the main reason that it's hard is because Dom always falls down in combat at the least convenient times, and just the shitty AI is just really overtly apparent here because it doesn't work very well. I normally would get through a section on my own, but Dom would, like a dumbass, go put himself into jeopardy and then bleed out before I could even get close to him. So it's one of the main problems here, and you will come to hate Dom as I did. So first of all, I like to head over here to the ammo box to get the ammo. You're given a shotgun, lancer, and 2 grenades here when you start out. And in my previous video, I mentioned that I was going to be doing a sniper mode where I was primarily using the sniper and the lancer, but I decided to pick up the boom shot and carry that until the very end, because the last battle is one of the hardest battles you'll probably ever play in a Gears game. It's extremely hard, and I figured that I might as well have the strongest weapon. I'm not too good with the sniper rifle, and it is kind of a fidgety weapon with the camera shaking and stuff like that, so it wasn't very helpful anyway. But this part here is very hard because you have a guy behind a turret there, and you really can't hit him just by firing at him, so you got to rely on throwing grenades at him. So you just got to kill the enemies one by one until you can just get close to him, close enough to where you can aim a grenade at him with precision and take him out. You only get 2 chances because you only have 2 grenades, but you can do it. And a really good strategy here is to position yourself in an area where you can shoot at the enemies, like right here, and not get hit by the gunner. And there's a lot of areas where you can do that. The map just kind of lends itself to that kind of technique. So you do want to really take advantage of the fact that there's a lot of crates around in columns, and just use that to your advantage, and then you could use that to your advantage all over the place. So, like right here, I'm hitting the guy, even though I'm outside of the cover, the gunner can't hit me, and you really can't even be exposed for like more than a second you know, in the blink of an eye, he'll just be dead because of that gunner. And the closer you get to him, the faster he'll kill you. And the irony is that you have to get closer to him, you know, as close as you can, so you can aim that grenade at him. So, and a lot of times I failed twice with the grenades and found myself like at about this stage of the map, just in a standoff with him because I had no grenades left, having failed twice. So I would try to fire at him, and just I would not be able to hit him because he would shoot me too quickly, and he's just really hard to hit. So I did, just to experiment, I did manage to take him out once just with standard gunfire, but I used almost all of my 500 bullets to hit him, and it's just a total waste. And you know, just try your luck with their grenades. Get to about this point, just aim, and then get back right in cover before you throw it. Just position yourself. Don't move the analog stick because the arc will always remain the same as long as you don't move that left analog stick, or excuse me, the right analog stick. So I took care of that gunner there, and now you want to get behind the turret here, but you can only get on the column, and I don't do a good job here, but you have to get onto the column from the side, then he'll get on there. And I thought this was going to be a little bit too risky to get on this troika, because you have no cover, and there's a boomer there who can kill you instantly. But they're really generous about not killing you that quickly and giving you a fair chance here to take out the enemies without, you know, they're not too aggressive here, these enemies. The one time that I did die, it was my own fault because my aim was really poor, and I just let the boomer get too close, and it was my fault. But it's not too much of a risk to get behind that troika and take the enemies out real quick. So over here, I'm going to pick up the boom shot that the fallen boomer left behind, and I actually don't use the boom shot at all until the last battle, because mostly because I just wanted to see how many boom shots I could, or how many, you know, the ammunition. I wanted to see how many I could actually pick up, and I picked up 11. I'm not sure if that's the maximum amount you can carry, but I suspect that it is. So it was more like I was just trying to, I was just out of curiosity, I was trying to see how much I could pick up and save up until the end without using any. It turned out to be 11. So there's an ammo box here and some grenades at this ladder. Might as well pick those up, you know. So and the next section is also very hard, but I have a very good strategy to minimize that difficulty. So you want to stand about right back here, probably, to just take out the flamethrower guy if you can. As long as you're in cover and he's blowing up, you won't get killed. But just there's a guy with a sniper rifle, there's a grenadier, and there's a grinder that walks slowly up the stairs who's not really much of a threat if you just take him down quick. He does have a lot of HP, but the weapon that he has, the mulcher, that's going to be the key to success for this level, as well as some strategic grenade tagging. Okay, so I took the grinder down. And there's just a couple more enemies here in the main section. The grenadiers are tough because they have the lancer, which I always use, and it's a fast gun. It can kill you quick. Okay, and after this guy falls here, I'm going to switch out the Boom. And that was actually a really good headshot that I did there. Let's see here. Yeah, what I do, I place the mulcher right over here behind here, just for later use. And then I pick up the sniper rifle, only because there's a couple of guys across the river who you need to take out, and they're real assholes because they just hide behind the gates over there. But I'm only picking up the sniper rifle just to take out these enemies. And like I said, they're assholes. They just hide behind the gates, and it's kind of hard to hit them. And I'm not even concerned about getting headshots. I just want to hit them because I really don't have much ammo to waste with the sniper rifle. I'm admittedly not good with the sniper rifle. I mean, I've seen a lot of videos where people get just headshot after headshot, but it's too fidgety of a weapon for me. I don't like the camera shaking. It's just too hard to use. I like the sniper rifle in general, but I really don't depend on it that much in the game. These enemies have a lot of HP on insane mode. Okay, so that guy's dead. Now, picking back the Lancer, but I'm going to equip some grenades because I'm going to grenade tag. Remember, you can only grenade tag 2 grenades simultaneously. You can only have 2 of them outstanding. If you try to tag 3 or 4 grenades, the other ones that you set down will blow up. So you just got to remember that the game only lets you grenade tag 2 walls at once. So I tag this wall over here, and I actually start walking backwards for a second just so I can run once I get that Y prompt. And once you get the prompt, get the fuck out of Dodge. Run all the way back up the stairs where you were to where you set down the mulcher. And pick up the mulcher and start hitting the bloodhounds who come out, because they're the biggest threat of this part. They're in like almost every section of this this whole stage. You'll have to deal with some blood mounts, and they're really hard because they charge at you and just kill you with one hit. So just use the grinder to your best advantage. And thank God Dom's stuck back here with me over here, because several times Dom would just run up to the blood mounts like a fucking idiot and fall down in combat, and there's no way for me to save him, so I'll just have to restart the section. Okay, well, the blood mounts are done, but there's just one motherfucker left, and I only have a couple bullets left with the sniper rifle on the ground over here. So I'm just going to try to use it, try to hit him. I don't succeed, but I at least try to take him out with the sniper rifle. These guys are real assholes. I mean, real assholes. They just crouched there. So I'm out of ammo. Get my Lancer again and just hit him from afar. You know, you don't want to die now, especially since I was doing so well, so I'm just going to be really careful about staying behind cover and shooting him. Alright, he's dead. Now, the next section is the torture chamber area, which again, one of those really hard parts that I was just struggling on for a long time, and I developed a very good strategy. Actually, it works. It's it's actually never failed me, and I've done it 3 times, so I have 100% success with it. So, you know, if you're struggling with it, I'm glad you tuned in to watch this, because I'm sure it's going to help you out. There's actually an error here in the editing process, for which I apologize. Actually, yeah, I go up the stairs again. It's hard to catch everything in post-production. I apologize for that. But anyway, once you get back down the stairs for the second time, get out your Lancer and just take out this first enemy that comes up over here in a second. This grub right here normally just stays about right there in the corner there, just for you to shoot. He doesn't have much life either, so a couple times I've noticed that he does kind of like move around a little bit, but the majority of the time he just stays right where you can shoot him. And then there's one more guy over here with a hammer burst, who's not much of a threat. But the biggest part of this, the things you mostly have to worry about, the flamethrower enemy, who's not a real huge threat, but he could kind of sneak up on you, so you got to watch out for him. And this butcher guy is not really much of a problem, as long as you stay away from him. But at the very end, you have 2 or 3 blood mounts that come out of the door, plus a boomer. So it's just a nightmare towards the end. And I have a really good strategy that I'll discuss a little as I get further into this area here and get, you know, progress a little bit more. But you know, I might as well say something a little bit about it now. There's 2 main areas that the blood mounts can come down at the end. There's one a little bit to my right where the butcher was heading down in the beginning. It's a wider area, so what you really want to do at the end when you're just overwhelmed by those enemies, try to lure them down the narrowest walkway that you can, and I'll show you where the best spot to do that is. And you want to take advantage of the fact that it's narrow and that you can grenade tag the walls, so that the enemies can get damaged and possibly killed, you know, hopefully. But the wider the area you're luring the enemies down, the less of a chance that they're going to run into one of your grenades that you tagged. So grenade tagging is really important, because those blood mounts, you can kill the blood mounts if you know, if you set it up just right, or, you know, it's more of luck actually than any kind of skill, because you never know how the AI is going to behave. But grenade tagging is really good, and I wish they allowed you more than 2 outstanding grenades at once. But you know, it's got to have its limitations. But there is one more guy over here before the blood mounts spawn and the boomer. This walkway here, this area, this is the narrow area that I was referring to. So, you know, the rule is that, or the idea is that the enemies are going to go to you, because, you know, they're going to kill you. So you want to lure them down this path here, and there's a couple great areas to tag a grenade to it, which I'll show you right here. Right over here and right there, because the enemies are going to pass right by those spots. And watch out for the boomer here, though, and always roll, because while you're rolling, you're invincible. I'm fairly sure that that's the case. So don't always do the roadie run, because you're more exposed. If for doing that as opposed to rolling. So if you watch over here, I did damage one of the blood mounts to where the rider got killed, and now it's just the whatever the fuck that thing is, the beast, and the boomer now walking down towards me. Just watch out for his rockets. He fell there. And this blood mount comes way too close for comfort. I was getting really worried here because I was doing so well I didn't want to die, but I managed to take him out. My shots were accurate, so make sure you pick up, if you're going to use the boom shot method, make sure you pick up this guy's ammo here. And I'm up to 10 boom shots, so it's just one more I get. Okay, so with that section passed, the next section is where you're going to be imprisoned. And you get a checkpoint here, so don't worry about if you die or anything in the prison. You don't have to go back to this hellhole. Okay, in this prison area, I tried grenade tagging to the left and right of the inside of the door, but it turned out to be a bad idea because I would end up just killing myself. So what I like to do here is just throw some grenades right away as these enemies rush into the room. Once you hear them like grunt and stuff, just start tossing grenades, 2 or 3 grenades. Don't worry about wasting them because you can get some more in a minute. But I managed to take out every enemy, and now it's just a matter of waiting for Jack to open the door, and then killing the wretches afterwards. The wretches, they will not kill you in one hit, but 2 hits and you're dead, so you gotta watch out. And what I do here is I use the boom shot as a melee weapon. When you get hit like that, with the wretches, don't try to melee again. Roll back away from them so you can regenerate your health enough, like I just did there, because it's very easy to die like that, and you don't get a checkpoint. Not even here. If you die here, you don't get a checkpoint either. So gotta be careful. You gotta pass this section to get the checkpoint where the Brumac is. So this is not a very hard part because it's such a narrow hall, and it's fairly easy, even though there are quite a bit of grubs here. And I've played this part about 3 or 4 times, and I have never played this part where Dom didn't fall down in combat like he just did there. It's just Dom's specialty is dying, you know? Especially on this part. Nice. Okay, those guys are dead. Now I'm gonna head up the stairs. And outside of here is the Brumac. You don't have to fight the Brumac if you don't want to. Like in the previous section where you did the stealth mode, if you did that, you're given a choice there too if you want to fight him. But here you're also given a choice. But since I'm using the gunfire method here, where I'm fighting all the battles, I just decided to just fight this guy. And I actually died quite a few times, and you'll notice that I edited out a couple deaths there. But I'm not exactly sure where to shoot this guy, but I'm fairly certain that you need to take out the top where his head is, where his the turret is on top of his head, and also those rockets on his that are strapped to his wrists. And then I think once you take those out, then you just focus on his head. I'm not exactly sure. It's not a science that I studied or anything, but just keep trying it until you pass it. There's a Brumac earlier in the single-player campaign for Gears of War 1, and it's really hard. Okay, so with the Brumac dead, you can proceed. You can't cross the top bridge because the Brumac is in your way, so you got to head down here where you went before, down the spiraling staircase, and just pivot at a 90-degree angle there to turn real quick like I do, and just pivot again like that. You just tap in the direction you want to go while you're moving, and to do that pivot. But you do at least want to pull this cover switch once, because after the cutscene with Franklin, the cover will be up. However, if you do die one or more times, you're going to have to put the cover up every time. And after this cutscene, I've never been able to successfully beat it on the first try. So the result is that every time I would have to raise the cover. And it's not hard, it's just kind of an inconvenience. And one would think that the game would save the fact that you raised the cover even though you died after this cutscene, but maybe it's a programming error or something. But so grab this mulcher over here, and as you're in the threshold of this door, just press B to fling it over there behind where the cover is going to be. Pull the switch, and then what I prefer to do is just to go over here and melee with whatever weapon, you know, whatever you have. I have the boom shot, so I just melee these wretches. Occasionally, one of the grubs will charge into this area. And you just got to be careful about a situation like that. And then there's one more grub that spawns on the ceiling over here, if I'm not mistaken. He might have already done it. Yeah. Where I am now is a great place to shoot because you have cover and you can shoot without getting hit. But in a moment you're going to have a bunch of soldiers marching down the hall at you. So many that you can't even count how many there are. But the mulcher, you can mow them down real easily. And if you do get hit, just drop behind cover because you're probably going to have to cool down the mulcher anyway. So just whenever you drop down to cover yourself, just cool down the turret. And once that part's done, I just head over here, and because there's another battle going on in the other room, Dom says that they're being flanked over there. I think there's a butcher or something in the other room and another couple grubs. But I've never had to participate in this fight. All I do is like go shopping for weapons over here and look for stuff. And just kind of stay here. And normally Dom will fall in combat, but since Franklin is on your squad now, he'll just recover him normally. Or actually, Franklin has never not recovered Dom for me. So I've never actually fought in this little foray over here. I've always managed to just sit here and just watch the battle until it's done. So... And I've played this a number of times, and it's always worked out in the same way, where I didn't have to do anything, and Franklin saved Dom if Dom fell. So, you do not get a checkpoint either after this part, so you got to watch out because there are 2 more sections that you got to go through without a checkpoint, but they're brief sections and not too hard, but you got to be careful. Well, I got really lucky. That sniper rifle almost hit me, but I bust out what I think is a 45 or some kind of 45 looking gun. I'm trying to conserve my Lancer ammo, and it's really apparent how much HP the grubs have here. I know I miss a lot, but I do hit them a lot too with that gun, which is supposed to be strong, and it just takes so many bullets to kill these guys. I guess that's what you get for playing on insane mode. They just have a ton of life. It's just crazy. Okay, once you get the queue to move in, be on your guard over here because there's about 3 more grubs you got to kill. If you die in this next part too, there's no checkpoint. So if you die over here in this next area, you're gonna be right back where you were after that cutscene with Franklin. So it sucks if you die. So just don't die. I thought that was a grenade. That's why I got the hell out of the way. I'm not sure what it looked like, a grenade or something. But I'm still using that 45 because I'm really concerned about saving my Lancer ammo. And the more you're looking for a certain type of ammo, the more it's just not available anywhere. It sucks. Nice. Okay. So those guys are dead. You do get a checkpoint here, which is good because well, it wouldn't make sense any other way because we're coming up in the last battle, and it's as I mentioned earlier in this video, it's extremely hard. One of the hardest fights I've ever had to do in a Gears of War game. I played both Gears of War 1 and 2. Haven't got to 3 yet, but definitely the most challenging. And there are a number of ways you can do it. In my other video that I did for the stealth mode, you end up here, so it's the same kind of situation, but I wanted to do a different way here. Just, maybe just to help somebody else who didn't have the weapons I had before. But in the other video, I run to the right in the very beginning and grenade tag the columns to the left and right of the double doors to the right over here in anticipation of the blood mounts. But since I have the boom shot here and a lot of grenades at my disposal, I just use grenades at first to get these enemies out of the way, and then just kind of use my boom shot since I saved up all my ammo. And okay, so this part is just crazy. It's an inferno right now. This is hard because there's so many waves of guys. There's so much chaos going on. The priority here is the Cantus because you got to kill them, and then the tickers will stop spawning. So I use my boom shot here. I miss a number of times. It's hard to shoot with it because you got to go on an arc. But watch this here. Look how satisfying this is right here. Imagine how happy I was when I got that motherfucker out of the way right there. So, and this is a close call over here. This Cantus guy throws a ink grenade, and I thought I was done for over here. In a minute you'll see that happen. But I really got to admit that I did really well in this part. My aim's not really, as good as I would want it, but I did really well under pressure here, and on my feet, just like reacting to things, and I'm really proud of this section that I did it so well overall. So, okay, when the second Cantus is dead, the tickers are going to stop spawning, and normally you'll get flanked by that shotgun motherfucker if he's still around. See, he'll head over there and try to flank you, but he's not much of a threat so long as you're careful and you stay in cover and just get him real quick. But right after the last enemy's dead, you're going to have a couple blood mounts come out of those doors over there. And why I'm waiting here is because I hit that guy with the shotgun to the point where he was crawling on the ground and he was about to die. But if I went over there to like curb stomp him or whatever, execute him, I would have been in a dangerous situation because the blood mouse would have been right next to me. So I just stayed over here and waited. And the cover lowers, but we'll just raise it real quick. And I think I hit somebody there. Yeah. And then I'm just using the boom shot here. I miss a bunch of times. But last time pays for all right here. Again, imagine how fucking happy I was when I got that nice shot. But so just try to kill the rest of the grubs, stay in cover, and right where I am there's going to be a reaver, but I'm going to move. I really can't move because there's no more cover, so I'm going to do a roadie run here. But watch, I'm going to keep rolling because I don't want to get hit by anything and die. So I roll and roll and roll over here as much as I can, even roll to the left here like that, and then just take out this reaver and just hope that, you know, Dom doesn't start to be an asshole and die. But fortunately you have Franklin, and so the reaver falls pretty easily, and you know, thank God that that's over with. So I really appreciate you watching this video series. I encourage you to watch both if you want to, because you can get 2 achievements for taking each route. You can get achievement for each route. So if you go through the stealth mode without being detected, you get 1 achievement, and if you pass this section here, you'll get this achievement, which pops up Highway to Hell. And I was laughing like crazy when I saw that because it was just I didn't know I was going to get an achievement.